Yo, what's up guys? This is Midnight Wabbit and welcome back to another Destiny video. And today what I have for you guys is a gameplay that I'm pretty proud of actually. It's a We Ran Out of Medals that I managed to get in Iron Banner, which is which is not easy to do because most of the people in Iron Banner are like super duper tryhard. So this is definitely not an easy thing to do. I was pretty proud of myself for actually being able to do that. I just got into a good lobby and I think everything just kind of went right for me in this game. But I wasn't even really trying to go for a high streak or anything like that. I was using the PDX-41, the Suros pulse rifle, which is, I think I've made a video on before, which, but I think the one I have now is different than the one I was using in that video. The one I have now has like head seeker and almost max stability. It's basically a god roll, at least for me. It's definitely the most consistent legendary primary in the game for me at the moment. So I pull this out when I'm trying to like go try hard or trying to win or do trials or something like that, and I'm trying to win games like in Iron Banner or something like that. But I still wanted to have a little bit of fun. So me and my friend, we were trying to think of what we could do to mess around and just have fun with, and we decided to both throw on the Queenbreaker's bow as a secondary, and we were actually doing pretty good with it this game. And you can tell me a guy we ran out of medals, so I was actually doing pretty decent with it. But the Queenbreaker's bow is a weird weapon. It's not like sniping. It's very different than anything else in Destiny. It's not like sniping. It's not really like using a fusion rifle. Like, it's basically a combination of the two, which is kind of what it is. But it's tricky to use because at first, if you're coming straight from sniping, because for some reason, well, not for some reason, it's a fusion rifle, so it does have a charge time, and that can be a little bit confusing for people when they're trying to hit people, like moving targets or targets in the air, especially because of the charge time. It's a little bit weird, like when you're coming straight from a sniper, because with a sniper, the second you see someone come around a corner, you can just bang headshot them and they're dead. With this gun, you kind of have to think a couple steps ahead. It's almost like chess. You got to think a couple steps ahead when you're using this weapon because of the charge time. You got to predict where they're going to be, not where they are when you start charging the weapon. That's why I definitely recommend using the combat sights, because it does increase the charge time. Or, I mean, it reduces the charge time, it makes it charge fast, or whatever you want to call it. But I definitely recommend using the combat sights because of that. It makes it a little bit easier to anticipate where people are going to be when the charge cycle is over, and it makes it a little bit easier to actually use the weapon effectively. But, and you can see here I was using Blade Dancer mainly because of the Quick Draw perk. I do love having Quick Draw because of the fact that it gives you Quick Draw, which is a really, really good middle perk just for any secondary weapon, especially actually some primary weapons as well, like the Last Word and the First Curse that have that that animation when you ready the weapon. You can do that quicker. Well, the First Curse does have, the Last Word does not, but the First Curse does have Quick Draw built in, so you don't necessarily need Blade Dancer for that to work. But basically, that's the thing I like about having Quick Draw on the Blade Dancer is it actually gives you Quick Draw for guns that you cannot normally get Quick Draw on. Like I said, the Last Word, or like other exotics, like exotic secondaries, like the Queenbreaker's bow, which you cannot normally have Quick Draw on. This will increase your weapon swap speed, your weapon ready speed after sprinting, and it will increase your ADS time by about 20% as well. Very similar to Snapshot, but so it's actually in most ways it's actually better than Snapshot because it does what Snapshot does, but it also increases other things as well. So Quick Draw is probably one of the best perks in the game, just in general, especially in terms of middle perks. It's probably one of the best in the game at the moment. So having that on a subclass basically means you have that for all of your weapons, your primary and your secondary. You don't even need weapons with Quick Draw on them, especially if you're sniping. It's very helpful for snipers. I use this subclass a lot when I'm sniping because of the fact that I'm not lucky with loot drops, so I don't really get snipers that have like god roll perks like Quick Draw or Hidden Hand or stuff like that. I don't usually get stuff like that, so just basically getting Quick Draw on all of my snipers makes them a lot better than they would be on any other class. And also being able to switch from, like, if I get a body shot with my sniper, I can very, very quickly, because of Quick Draw, I can very quickly switch to my primary and finish them off, which you can't really do unless you have Quick Draw on or single point sling on the weapons. But and actually, the Queenbreaker's bow does have single point sling, so the weapon swap speed is even faster, which is pretty nice, because I think I was using single point sling in this gameplay. But another thing I wanted to talk about is, for some reason, I managed to get a We Ran Out of Medals in Iron Banner, which is hard enough by itself. I'm proud of myself for that, but it's definitely hard enough by itself. But on this map, of all things, like this map is bad. I mean, it's not a good map. I feel like half the maps in the Taken King were like amazing, and then half the maps were just terrible. Like there seems like there weren't any average maps in the Taken King. There were maps that were either really good, like Bannerfall, and there were maps like this, which are honestly just not that good. But I did manage to do good on this map. Usually this map is definitely not good for Iron Banner because you run into a lot of full teams in Iron Banner and they will just spawn trap you and you will not be able to get out of that spawn room without dying. So if they do it right, and a lot of times the spawns won't flip. We did flip the spawns quite a bit this game, but we kept them from like breaking out. They weren't the ones that instigated the spawn flip. Our team was. So I think our team played very well this game, which is good. I definitely actually had some good teammates. I had a couple of friends that I was playing with, but also the randoms I was playing with just did a good job of. I think a couple of them saved my life a few times, which is definitely nice because that doesn't usually happen in Crucible. You don't usually get randoms that actually save your life. So that was nice. I was using Vanish with the Blade Dancer just to go invisible. Because even though you don't go completely invisible, and people can still see you in Crucible, you don't go completely invisible, but it is a sort of cloaking. And the main reason I use it sometimes over Razor's Edge is because it makes it harder for them to find your head. If you know that people are sniping, then you know that, and most people in this game are generally good at sniping. That's just how most people are in this game. Most people are just good at sniping. That's just how it is. So you can kind of expect them to hit you in the head when they see you, especially at like mid to long range. Sometimes even at close range, depending on how good they are. But with the visibility, you can see the movement and you can kind of see it, but it's a lot harder to see where the person's head is. So that gives you a little bit of an advantage. And by the time they find out where your head is, usually you can be around a corner and just gone, which is nice. You don't have to worry about it. You can see right there is we ran out of medals, the 25 kill streak, and it says in the feed someone should probably do something about Midnight Wabbit, and then this guy subsequently does. But I kind of like that. I like that it says that in the feed. I like that there's some humor in this game sometimes. Not as much as like say Borderlands or something like that, which is still probably my favorite game series of all time, just because of the humor factor. But I really do enjoy. I do enjoy this game a lot. I know a lot of people kind of bash Destiny a lot, but the truth is, for how complex of a game it is, it's very, very hard to make everything work properly and make everyone happy because of how big the fan base is. So hopefully they'll do a little bit better job of making some more of us happy in Rise of Iron. But we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, hopefully you guys did enjoy this gameplay. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and a comment down below and subscribe if you have not already for more Destiny content. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, like I said, and I will talk to you guys later with another video. Peace.